there, welcome to another Tiny Tuesday. I'm Christy here at my Artful Adventures, and today we're going to make another one-sheet wonder. We're going to make a little booklet, and this is different than the one that we made last time, but I think you'll enjoy it. There's not as much measuring this time, or cutting. There's fewer pages, but you could glue several of these together. I'm going to use something that is non-directional. This is just a single-sided paper, but I don't want the pattern to have to be I don't want to have to mess with it. You can use something that is an overall pattern. It doesn't have to be as simple as this, but this one I knew I didn't have to worry about, which way was up, which way was down, and I kind of like that. I don't need all of that to have to figure out for this particular project. So what you want to do, we're going to go ahead and use this with a 12 by 12. You could use this with an 8.5 by 11 as well. With a piece, if you're using scrapbook paper, I want you to know which way that you would hold your paper or fold it first. And one way you'll notice which way is easiest to bend, right? So the one that is harder to bend, that's the one that we're going to use as our cross fold, okay? And so just take your paper and fold it corner to corner. You're just going to fold it in half. And like I said, you don't even have to have any fancy tools for this. Just match up your corners there. Keep them straight and nice. Okay, now then, so that's our side fold, right? Now this one we're going to fold again the other way. This is going to be in half again. And these are going to make our little columns for our booklet. Be sure to hold it nice, and you can use anything that you want to make some nice crisp lines. You can even your fingers. Okay, and this time I'm going to fold this side back on itself here, just over here to it. This is going to make this section half of what it was before, right? We all know how to fold papers like that. And again, we're going to fold this one here, again, making that section half of what it was. Okay. Now there's our columns right there. Now what you want to do is this section here that is sticking out here with this mountain fold, you're going to cut that. And so, and you can cut this with, if you've got one of the scoring boards with paper trimmers that has the nice pointy blades on it, you can do that. I'm just going to use some scissors here. I wish I'd have gotten out a pair with longer blades, but we're going to make it work. You don't have to have perfect tools for everything, right? Although I might get done with that and wish I would have done that. Okay, so now, see the way this folds like this? You're just going to fold that out and pinch it together. And now you've got this fun, you've made your little book like that. You could take several of these and glue them back to back. Now, as you fold them, you might find that, one direction they work a little bit better than another. And you can just decide how you want those to layer up. There's no right or wrong way to do that. Also, if you want to make you can just leave it like it is with these sections loose like this. You could turn them into pockets if you want to. So the amount of gluing or finishing that you want to do with this, that is totally up to you. There's just no right or wrong. So let's see. And I wanted to show you, if you turn it up this other direction and you want to make some kind of fun folds with it, you could fold this down, bring it over to this crease line here, and then just bring it up. You can do all kinds of fun little things like that. So all the finishing work is just whatever you would like it to be. Now, because I don't want this just flip-flapping this much, this would be an easy time for me to put a little glue right there. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of glue along here. I don't need that to flip-flop around forever. And that will just hold that in place. And because of the way this folds, it's going to add a little bit of, strength to all the other folds, right? Or it's going to keep a lot of them from folding and flapping. And anywhere that you can reach, if you do want to add a little bit more glue, all you have to do is just, pull it open a little bit like this. And then you've got an easy place to do that. Now this one, you could make like a little side pocket here. All I would have to do on this one, and this is, because I ended up with my little openings at the top. You just play around with it. You can decide which way you want it to open or close. Now I've got this a little bit, mine's a little bit wonky there. You can pull it kind of into place though and get it straightened up. There, look at that. I was able to kind of fold that into place. So, you know, that would just be a fun little thing. If you wanted to just use white paper out of your printer for an 8.5 by 11 size, you could do that and glue several of them. If I used another one, I could just have it here. I actually had practiced on another one. You could just fold these, or, you know, glue these back to back. And then look at what a nice little booklet. I mean, you've got several of those. And if you're making it with white, you know, use it for whatever. I don't have to tell you what you can use it for, right? You guys are smart. You can do it. So thanks for joining me for another Tiny Tuesday, and I will see you next time.